And in terms of agile modelling,
Yeah.
we've got this written down here. I mean, I know agile is a way of developing in short sprints. It's come about through how we now use apps on our phone, and it's a constant release of new features. And that's come from, I remember Prince methodology, SSADM, and I've got agile or waterfall now agile. So what's agile modelling then?
Yeah, so in lots of ways it's taking that same concept which is applied to kind of agile projects, but how do you apply that to something which is so governed and strict as a big data warehouse, which historically takes a very long time to, once you kind of built it, if you're making changes, it takes a very long time to adapt to the data warehouse. And it's trying to find a way to make sure that the time that you actually get the requirements, deliver it, that those requirements are still valid, and trying to speed up that process. So a big part of it is kind of getting the data in raw form, making sure that the users have access to it straight away. Often when people kind of hear about BI requirements, it's too fuzzy, they don't really understand it. You deliver what they asked for originally, it's wrong, it's incorrect. So the whole agile data modeling concept is kind of basically about trying to quicken that process, get people hands-on with the data, and actually starting to work with it to make sure what you build is actually correct. And kind of these cloud kind of tools and technologies help with that, because they help to speed up the entire process, and everything becomes a lot more agile. You can actually make sure that what you deliver is pretty much what the business wants. I think that's the key part of it, really.
So one of the comments from, I don't know if you saw the talk by Rob Thomas from IBM.
Yes.
Big data. So he said two really interesting things that stuck out for me. The first was the big barrier to AI adoption at scale is the collection and organisation of information, was the first one. And the second thing he said is ensure that you build for change. And it's something that historically, as Tom alluded to, in big data warehouses, they become very difficult to change over time. So agile modelling is about exactly that. It's about building for change. So not building data models where all your data is heavily dependent on each entity, actually almost decoupling it. So we've got our products, we've got our markets, we've got our sales, and actually these entities almost behave independently. But if we want to link them, so I think we're looking at data modelling at the moment, and again, it's a really good way of looking at the world, created by a guy called Dan Linstead. Okay. And again, I think there's a lot of traction with Databot at the moment, because actually historic ways of modelling data have made these data warehouses very difficult to change. In a world of agile, and agile BI, and just the nature of business now, that businesses are constantly changing, constantly changing their markets, the way they want to report their finances. Yeah. You have to have systems that are exactly what Rob was saying. They have to be built for change.